Hey everyone, this is T. Someone asked me in a video, what's my take on freezer spells? What do I think of them? Have I done them? Honestly, freezer spells are great generic recipes to block people who are giving you a hard time, slandering your name, people who are bothering you at work, to stop them in their tracks, freeze them in their tracks. Very old folk magic ritual that a lot of people practice today. Me personally, I don't use water. I use hot sauce. I use urine instead of water, so you can put an extra blockage on that person, or even to bind the person. I'm not a fan of freezer spells, and I'm going to tell you why. I am not going to put any type of banishment spell near my food or inside of my house. I am very superstitious, and most of y'all know I am an old school practitioner. I have a certain room where I work out of, and nothing leaves that room, and then I have an altar outside. And those are the only two places that anything will take place. You shouldn't be mixing your rituals, banishments, and stuff like that with anything personal, unless it's a prosperity or a protection house spell. That's different. But if you're doing some hardcore banishment spells against enemies and things like that, I wouldn't put that nowhere near your food. You're going to consume that food, so you can just imagine the energy that's lingering in that bag, and it's around your food. Whether you put it in the back of the freezer or not, I don't trust that. That's just me. It doesn't make logical sense to me to put something that is to banish or to block near my food. And in essence, I might be blocking myself, even if it's in a bag. You know, things carry energy. That's just my take. Some people might say you're overly superstitious, you're overreacting. Been doing this for a long time, and I'm just stuck in my old ways, and that's how my old schoolers, practitioners taught me. We have certain rooms we work out of. Some people have hoodoo rooms, some people have their juju room or whatever room, but I have my room where I work out of, and I have my altars specifically for clients and for myself. So that's my take on freezer spells. Be very cautious, even if you put it in the back of the freezer, it's still in that freezer with all your food. I don't know about that. But if that's the only option you have, that's cool. If that's what you want to do. Me personally, I always do a glass of water. Water flows. Water flows like the river. And the river runs really quick. So if I need you out of my life, I'll just put a glass of water in your name and you'll flow away. That seems to work stronger than any freezer spell that I know. But that's just a very old school recipe. I mean, think about it. Our ancestors probably didn't have a freezer. They had what they had on hand, and most of the food that they ate was raw or, straight from the ground and, just boiled. Most people didn't have access to freezers back then. So they used what they had on hand, which is water or, natural resources. And if you are going to do a freezer spell, I wouldn't do water. If you want to put someone in a bag, put them in a bag with hot sauce or urine. But that's just me, old school practitioner, old ways. I mean, I just can't break them for no one. But that's my take on freezer spells, y'all. Hopefully this video helps you. Again, there's only one Asabacha page. There is other people out there impersonating or taking my content to reach out to you for readings and things of that sort. I will never reach out to you. I don't have time to reach out to anyone. The only way you can connect with me is going to my link and setting up an appointment. So if you get anyone reaching out pretending to be me for services, that is a scam. Please help by reporting those fake pages. Unfortunately, that's just what happens when you start putting out a lot of content and gaining an audience. There's scammers out there. That's what they do. But thanks again for all your support, guys. Be careful out there. Bendiciones.